ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ أرسلنا إليهم كذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أن حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين. وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين. وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين. ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون. ونفخ في السور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميعا لدينا محضرون. فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم. وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم. ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون. اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين. أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون. أولم يرى الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم.
محمد وآل محمد. A second salawat in the loudest of voices. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي حاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء. يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا ولا الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تهتك العصا. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النقم. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النار. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء. اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء. اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها. اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تبنيني من قربك وأن توزعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك. اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خاضع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا. اللهم واسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وانزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وعظم فيما عندك رغبته. اللهم أعظم سلطانك وعلى مكانك وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك. اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا
ساترا ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيره. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي وتجرأت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترته وكم من فادح من البلايا قلته وكم من عثار وقيته وكم من مكروه دفاته وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرته. اللهم اضمى بلائي وافرط بي سوء حالي وقصرت بي آمالي وقادت بي أغلالي وحبسني النفع بعد آماني وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بجنايتها ومطالي يا سيدي فاسألك بعزتك ألا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لي غيرك أسأل كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي ولم احتنس فيه من تزيين عدوي فغرني بما هو وأسعده على ذلك القضاء فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعض حدوده وخالفت بعض أوامره فلك الحجة علي في جميع ذلك ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاء والزمني حكمك وبلاؤك وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا معترفا لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني ولا مفزعا نتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبول قدري وادخالك إياي في سعة من رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري وفكني من شد وثاقي يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي يا من بدأ خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي هبني لابتداء كرمك وسالف برك بي يا إلهي والسيد وربي. أتراك مؤذبي بنارك بعد توحيدك وبعد من طوى عليه قلبي من معرفتك ولهج به لساني من ذكرك واعتقده ضميري من حبك وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيتك هيهات أنت أكرم من أن تضيع من ربيته أو تبعد من أدنيته أو تشرد من آويته أو تسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمته وليت شعري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدا وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك الصادقة وبشكرك مادحة وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققة وعلى ضمائر حوات من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة وعلى جوارح سعت إلى أوطان تعبدك الطائعة وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنة ما هكذا الظن بك ولا أخبرنا بفضلك عنك يا كريم يا ربي وأنت تعلم ضعفي عن قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أهلها على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه قليل مكثه يسير بقاء قصير مدته فكيف احتمالي لبلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض يا سيدي فكيف بي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين المستكين يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي لأي الأمور إليك أشكو ولما منها ضج وأبكي لأليم العذاب وشدته هم لطول البلاء ومدته فلئن صيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائك وجمعت بيني وبين أهل بلائك وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك فهبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي صبرت على عذابك فكيف أصبر على فراقك وهبني صبرت على حر نارك فكيف أصبر عن النظر إلى كرامتك أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجائي عفوك فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لأضجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيجا اللاملين ولأصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين ولأبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين ولأنادين لك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين يا غاية آمال العارفين يا غياث المستغيثين يا غياث المستغيثين يا غياث المستغيثين يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين ويا إله العالمين أبتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وذاق طعم عذابها بمعصيته وحبس بين أطباقها بجرمه وجريرته وهو يضج إليك ضجيج مؤمل لرحمتك ويناديك بلسان أهل توحيدك ويتوسل إليك بربوبيتك يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمه أم كيف تؤلم النار وهو يأمل فضلك ورحمته أم كيف يحرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه أم كيف يشتمل عليه زفيرها وأنت تعلم ضعفه أم كيف يتقلقل بين أطباقها وأنت تعلم صدقه أم كيف تزجره زبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب أم كيف يرجو فضلك في عتقه منها فتتركه فيها هيهات ما ذلك الظن به ولا المعروف من فضله ولا مشبه لما ملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك فباليقين يقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعظيم جاحدين وقضيت به من إخلاد معاندين لجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماء أحسنت أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مبتدئا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوي إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من علي أجريتها أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملته كتمته أو أعلنته أخفيته أو أظهرته وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي وكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيته وبفضلك سترته وأن توفر حظي من كل خير تنزله أو إحسان تفضله أو بر تنشره أو رزق تبسطه أو ذنب تغفره أو خطأ تستره. Let's just say it together. يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك رزقي يا ضري ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي أسألك بحقك وقدسك وأعظم صفاتك وأسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي في الليل والنهار بذكرك مأمورا وبخدمتك موصولا وأعمالي عندك مقبولا حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من عليه مولي يا من إليه شكوت أحوالي يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا قو على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العزيمة جوانحي وهب لي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرح إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في المبادرين واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين وخافك مخافة الموقنين واجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرد ومن كادني فكر واجعلني من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك واقربهم منزلة منك وأخصهم زلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك وجد لي بجودك واعطف علي بمجدك واحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن جنبتك وأقلني عثرتي واغفر زلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك وأمرتهم بدعاء وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا ربي نصبت وجهي وإليك يا ربي مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لي دعائي وبلغ لي مناي ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من أعدائي يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من رأس ماله الرجاء وسلاحه البكاء يا سابق النعم يا دافع النقام يا نور المستوحشين في الظلام يا عالما لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وافعل بما أنت أهله. وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.
إذا دعاك ويكشف السوء. Elders, brothers, sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Surah Fatiha is requested for all the names listed on the screen and Kul Marhamin Al-Fatiha. Ayat Mayyujibun is requested for all the names listed on the screen and whoever is in need of it here and elsewhere. We will recite this together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Amman yujibu al-mustarra idha da'ah wa yakshifu as-su'. 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 أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. والحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين شفيع المذنبين رحمة للعالمين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا والطبيب ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. والصلاة والسلام التحية والإكرام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين المكرمين. ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الأولين والآخرين إلى قيام يوم الدين. صلوات على محمد وآل محمد. Mu'mineen, mu'minat, brothers and sisters in Islam and Iman, Salamun alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh yeah, there's no sound clip for that, huh? So, our Thursday night speeches were dedicated to the topic of Islamic lifestyle and how to adopt an Islamic lifestyle. Since the month of Ramadan will be beginning tomorrow night, we thought it might be appropriate just to start off our series tonight. And we'll continue the Islamic lifestyle lectures after the holy month of Ramadan. So what we would like to do tonight is to introduce the topic of fasting, which is normal, right, before Ramadan starts. And specifically, we wanted to get ourselves ready for the month of fasting by looking at that famous verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 183. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu kutiba alaykum as-siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ. The Shakespearean fancy Old English translation, which most of you already know. It's O you who believe, or O you who have believed. Fasting has been written upon you, has been prescribed for you, just as it's been prescribed upon the people before you, so that you might be God conscious. So what we want to try to do tonight, inshallah, is through going through the different parts of this specific verse, is to see if we can break each part down and form a better understanding. Go through the tafsir of the parts of this verse, and then maybe retranslate it in more appropriate and words that are a bit more relatable to you and I. So for tonight, what we'll try to do, starting for tonight and through our lectures in Ramadan, and then we'll try to carry this on also once we come back after the month of Ramadan for our Thursday night discussions, is we're going to apply and supply 3 discussion questions, at least, if possible, for every night, so that you and your families have something to think about throughout the lecture and something that you can discuss afterwards. So for tonight, we have 3 discussion questions. The first one is this: how do you convince someone to do something that's incredibly tough? The second is, why is fasting so difficult for some of us? And the third is, what is the relationship between fasting and taqwa? So these are the 3 questions that we will try our best to answer tonight, and if need be, tomorrow. And after the discussion's finished, it's something that would be good for you and your family to go ahead and discuss as well. So let's begin, inshallah. If you can recite a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. When I was younger, I think like most people, I suffered from insomnia. Right? Whether it was self-inflicted or not, we don't know. But I'd be up late at night, and just like any other person that age, I took up my time by watching TV. So obviously, I would go through whatever shows would be on, go through all the different late night shows. My preference was late night with Conan O'Brien. I wasn't really a Jay Leno or a David Letterman fan, but to each their own. But after all these late night shows were finished, and I'm laying in bed trying to sleep, can't sleep, these late night shows are done. So now I'm forced to watch what comes up next, though. Okay. I don't know if I'm seeing a delay in the discussion questions or if it's just me. Okay, no problem. So there you go. Those are the questions. Now, so after all of these main TV shows were finished, then something else came on. And I can't say that I'm proud of having watched them, but after a while, they kind of caught my attention. And any of you who have been up late at night, you get stuck watching these kinds of shows as well, right? Once these late night shows finish, then a whole new genre of TV shows start at like the 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock range. And these are infomercials, where they try to sell you these wonderful products, or at least that's how they try to advertise them. These wonderful products. And they go, and sometimes these infomercials are 15 minutes long, sometimes 30 minutes. And really good products, of course, go on for like an hour or more. Right? And they're advertising things related to health, right? You know, lose your fat and get a 6-pack in 2 weeks. You have these miracle drugs, right, to get you healthy, things to give you energy. You've got kitchen items, right? You know, quick chops, special blenders, special ovens, all these really cool things. And I was addicted. I love those kind of shows. I loved infomercials. Now, what does this have to do with our discussion? So this verse of Quran, where Allah is explaining the concept of fasting, in our own words, this is Allah's pitch. It's a 5-second pitch. It's basically God's infomercial to try to sell us the idea of fasting. That's what I want you to keep in mind for tonight. This is what God is trying to accomplish. What we're going to do is break down the three main parts of this verse, and see how God's pitch actually functions and actually works, and how it makes sense for you and I, so that we do get convinced that fasting is something that we want to accomplish and perform. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. No weird salawat, but that's okay. Okay. So let's go to the first part, right? Part 1. Part 1 is Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. So the Shakespearean translation is O you who believe. If we're being a bit more precise, it would be O you who have believed. Those of you who have already gotten iman. You had belief from before. So what is this part of the verse trying to get across here? How does this fit into God's pitch, his infomercial? Let's say you have some chores around the house you need to accomplish, right? And you want to get your kids to help you out. There's a few items you need to pick up and move somewhere else. And maybe you can't do it by yourself, or maybe it would be easier if your children come and help you out. How would you try to convince them to help you out? What would you say to them? Well, there's basically 3 different ways you could try to convince them. The first way is by taking a direct approach, right? If you just say, hey, son, daughter, help me with this and bring it upstairs. You're ordering them, you're commanding them. What's the likelihood of a method like that working? Very, very slim, right? Probably won't work. They're probably not going to just go ahead and say, yeah, sure. Unless you have a really, really great relationship with your children, then maybe they might. So direct approaches usually don't work. Well, sometimes we try indirect approaches, right? Instead of while you're trying to lift up the item, the object, and the box, maybe you don't say, come help me out. Maybe you say, oh man, this is really heavy. Or you might say, oh, I wish somebody here could help me out. And you're hoping that your child will catch on and come to your rescue and come help out. So maybe that might work. Possibly there's higher chances than the direct approach. But again, given most children that you and I know, that probably wouldn't work too well either. There's a third approach as well. And this is when we utilize reverse psychology and we employ the technique of reverse psychology. So what might you say? You might say, oh, I need somebody to lift this box and help me out, but you're probably not strong enough to lift this. I don't think you can do this. This is only something that strong people with a lot of muscles can go ahead and lift. Now, normally when a child hears that, especially boys, they're going to come running saying, yeah, I'm strong enough. I can do it. I've got the muscles. I can lift it. Now, why would a method like that work? Why does reverse psychology work? Why is there such a high chance of success for something like reverse psychology? You see, reverse psychology is, in a nutshell, based on something called reactance theory. And reactance theory, there's 2 fundamental factors that cause it to be successful. The first is the idea of control, specifically self-control, and the other idea and factor is free will. You see, when you and I, when we feel like we're losing our sense of self-control, then we'll do whatever it takes to get our self-control back, right? Even if it means doing something that normally we couldn't do, or we don't want to do, or we shouldn't do, in order to get our control back, our self-control, or in order to act out and make sure we have a grasp on our free will, then we'll go ahead and act sometimes against our own interests. So what is this Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu? This Allah calling out to mu'mineen, people who have faith. What's going on here? This seems perhaps that Allah is using reverse psychology on us, right? He's not calling out to all human beings. He's not calling out to Muslims in general. He's saying, hey, it would be great if I had some mu'mineen around here, and hoping that we say, oh, really, mu'mineen? Yeah, I'm a mu'min. Yeah, do you need something? So this idea of him calling out is him basically saying, what I'm about to say is for mu'mineen's eyes and ears only. If you're not a mu'min, then don't pay attention. So I don't know about you guys, but if you're not mu'mineen, then you need to leave and maybe you shouldn't read this verse of Quran. So that should attract our attention and say, I'm a mu'min, so this verse should be for me. So in a way, it attracts us. And since something difficult is about to come about, in the same way that you're trying to get a child to do something that they may not normally want to do, something that's difficult for them normally to do, in the same way, God is going to try to get us to do something which is probably the most difficult act of worship that he's probably obligated upon humankind. So as he starts off, he's trying to grab our attention and say, look, this is for the elite Muslims only, the top brass, right? The Navy SEAL Muslims, that's it. Meaning the mu'mineen. Everybody else, you can sit back and go do some other stuff. We have an interesting narration from our sixth holy Imam, Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq, alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma Hasan, nicely timed, very good. He says, لذة ما في النداء إزالة تعب العبادة والعناء. He said the enjoyment, the pleasure that you get from being called to, right? When somebody calls out your name or they call out and try to grab your attention. When somebody does that to you, especially when it's Allah calling out to you, then that tiredness, right? That lack of interest in doing some sort of ibadat or worship, right? That goes away. That just drops away. Because you're like, oh, God is calling me specifically. All right, I'm going to go and help out them. So this was our first part. So it seems as though through this phrase of Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, God is saying, hey, mu'mineen only. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. So this is part one. Now the second part of the verse. The second part is كُتِبَ عَلَيْكُمُ الصِّيَامُ كَمَا كُتِبَ عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ. Again, what's the generic translation? It's fasting has been written or prescribed for you or upon you, just like it's been prescribed and written upon people before you. Okay, so there's a few parts that we need to understand over here. The first part is this idea of kitaba. Kitaba is what? Kitaba literally means to write, right? So kutiba, the first word in this part we're talking about, kutiba means it's the past tense, passive form of kitaba. It has been written. So it can literally mean write. In this context, it's taking a metaphorical meaning. And when you use this word in a metaphorical sense, it can mean prescription, it can mean instruction, or it can mean something that's irreversible and binding. An irreversible, undeniable, and binding command or a decision that somebody's making on our behalf, right? That's the first. The second is som or siyam, right? The actual fasting. What does that mean? Literally, it just means to abstain, to refrain, to keep away from things. Some scholars say that it's not just that. It's not just any sort of refraining or abstaining. It's keeping away from things which are the most highly desirable and highly wanted things for us, the most coveted things in our eyes. So it's not just keeping away from anything, right? So maybe they wouldn't use the word som or siyam from keeping away from, let's say, stabbing yourself in the chest. Well, obviously it's not something that I feel like doing. So if somebody says, look, don't stab yourself in the chest today, okay, I won't do it. It's not that difficult, right? But if somebody says, hey, no chai, no coffee, no snacks, no cigarettes, none of that, no water for a couple hours, that's going to be a little difficult, okay? So now that's where som or siyam takes meaning in this context. The next part is عَلَى الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ, right? It's been written upon people that have come before us. So what's interesting here is Allah doesn't say who. He's not saying which people He's talking about that have come before us. We don't know. Is He talking about previous prophets? Is He talking about Jews and Christians? Is He talking about all of mankind? Some specific prophets? He doesn't go into details. So what some of our mufassirin say here is that it's because there were different trends regarding fasting depending on which tribe or which prophet you look at, right? So the obligation of fasting for us Muslims post the time of our holy prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam came afterwards, right? It's Hasan, I wasn't expecting that. You caught me off guard. Really good. So almost every single tribe or group of people practice fasting. Jews, Christians, even now Hindus practice fasting. ancient Greeks practiced it, right? We had Spartans using this as a tool to get themselves ready for battle. Polytheists, idol worshippers, everybody lies need of fasting, right? It had an ability to spiritually connect or cleanse themselves. Even right now, we see individuals who practice it, even if they don't have a religion, right? Intermittent fasting has become something that's really in vogue. It's really popular right now for those who have, who are trying to change their dietary habits, who want to live healthy lifestyles. Especially, for example, it's used in conjunction with a ketogenic lifestyle, right, or a diet. So they'll do intermittent fasting as well as increasing their fats and cutting down their carbs, right? So what does Allah seem to want to get across here? Maybe there's two benefits that he's trying to highlight in this part. Number one is this. Sometimes when it comes to practices or types of worship that we have to do as Muslims, we get singled out. We're the only ones who do it. For example, the type of hijab and covering and modesty that our sisters have to observe, nobody else really does that. Yeah, we can talk about nuns, but they're not the majority, obviously, right? It's a rare thing. The wujub, right? The obligation and the mandate of hijab is upon all Muslim women, right? Generally speaking. So that's something that they have to do that they're pretty much sticking out like sore thumbs. But fasting is something technically every single religion has some sort of familiarity with, right? It's not foreign to them. Now, fasting for 30 days, yes, but not the idea of fasting itself. Everybody has an idea about what fasting is. So it seems like, in a sense, God's saying, look, don't feel so awkward. Don't feel singled out. Everybody before you, people before you, they've all have some sort of connection to the idea of fasting. You're not the only ones. But I've got something special planned for you specifically. And this we'll mention in the next part. So that's one benefit. The first benefit meaning that, remember, other people have done this too, and a lot of them are still doing it right now. And the second is this. As we said before, that fasting is a normal and well-known method of obtaining spiritual perfection. Right? So right now, even among people who, let's say, do it for kind of secular or modern dietary reasons, even they will say themselves, they'll admit that because of intermittent fasting, even though they don't do it the same way as us, but they get a taste of the benefits, they say they have more mental clarity, they feel more spiritually pure. Even if they don't believe in a God or metaphysical realities or religion, they still feel something different, right? So the two benefits that God seems to be alluding to here is, one, that you're not the only ones who do this, and two, other people know the benefits of this. So don't feel so bad that don't feel like you're the only ones doing this, or people are going to pick on us for doing this, like maybe other types of ahkam or fiqh rulings or other things we have in Islam. Fasting shouldn't be one of those things, right? So this would be the second part. Now the third part and the final part of this verse that we want to highlight is the end, which is لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that perhaps you practice taqwa, so that maybe you become God conscious and God wary. So what does this mean? Let's examine this. If you can send a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So we just said before that fasting was a system that was employed by other peoples from before us, even idol worshippers. Now the difference between them and us, meaning the idol worshippers or other faiths, and us is what? You see, when idol worshippers, especially those during the time of the Prophet, when they would fast, they had basically three different reasons that they would perform it. One of them would be to make their idols, make their gods happy, right? So they'd fast so that their gods would become happy. The second would be if, for example, they sinned against the god, they made their gods angry because of their sins, then they would fast in order to remove that anger, right? They'd sacrifice something by fasting, and then that would get rid of, hopefully, it would get rid of the idol's anger towards them. So basically, it would act as forgiveness after sinning. And the third is that they would do that, they would fast in order to have their prayers answered. So these three things basically show what? that the people of that time, the idol worshippers, used fasting as a trading system, right? Hey, God or idol, I'm going to abstain from some things. I'll keep away from whatever, XYZ. In turn, please grant my prayers or be happy with me or remove or get rid of your anger, right? So they would use this as a trading and bartering system with their God. And the God, that little lowercase g God, the idol, would not remove their anger or wouldn't be happy with them or wouldn't forgive them or wouldn't grant their prayers unless this happened. So it's almost as if the God was in need and waiting, right? Like, hey, once you fast, then I can remove my anger. Once you fast, then I'll answer your prayer. Once you fast, then I'll be happy with you. So there's this back and forth, dual, two-way relationship. But what about with us? What about our relationship with Allah? Does Allah need our fasts? Do we have to fast in order to get prayers answered? Is that how it works? Is this a trade and barter system? Of course, that's not the case. God doesn't stand in need of our fasts, right? Now, it doesn't say it won't help the case, which we're going to mention. But it's not like he's waiting for us like, oh, please fast so that then I'm able, na'udhu billah, to grant your wishes and grant your du'as, grant your hajat. Please fast so that I'm not angry with you anymore. Please fast so that I can be happy with you. That's not the case. Allah highlights in other verses of the Quran, for example, in chapter 17, Surah Al-Isra, verse 7, where he says, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, In ahsantum li-anfusikum. If you do something good, it's good for your own soul. It's good for yourself, right? Allah is ghani. He's independent. He doesn't need us to do good stuff for him. That's not the point. And then he gives the other side. He says, وَإِنْ أَسَأْتُمْ فَلَهَا. If you do evil, right? If you screw up, if you mess up, that's on you. You're screwing yourself up. You're messing yourself up. You're not messing up God. You're not messing around with him. You're not necessarily making him angry or upset. Yeah, sometimes we explain this to our kids that if you don't do this, God will be angry. If you don't do this, or if you do act like this, God will be upset with you. And I understand for the purposes of raising children, sometimes that might be good, although maybe it's not theologically or philosophically accurate, but that's a separate discussion. The whole point is God doesn't act like, a human being with us like this. We don't do transactions with him like that, right? So what is the point of fasting then? What is going on here? It's good for us. And if we don't do it, it's bad for us. So perhaps what Allah is trying to get across here is that fast, if we want it to work, if we want to actually get taqwa, because God's saying it's possible, right? He didn't say, if you fast, you will definitely become more God conscious. You will definitely have more taqwa. He's saying, if you properly, then perhaps you'll get taqwa. If you use this fasting technique in the way that it should be, then maybe you'll become more God aware and God conscious. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to fast properly? Well, there's different reasons that you and I fast, right? We've heard this every single year. First reason is sometimes we do it just for dietary or physical reasons, right? Oh, the month of Ramadan's coming. I get to get rid of my beer belly now. Or not beer belly, but nihari belly. And the problem is, even here, most people fail. Most community members fail because you think that not eating, fasting literally for a certain amount of time, somehow magically will cut away fat or unhealthiness. And then it gives you a free pass to eat unhealthy when you're breaking your fast. That's not how it works, right? We need to make sure we're eating healthy for our sahar, for our suhoor and sahri, and when we're breaking our fast at iftar. This is a good opportunity to eat healthy, to change your food lifestyle. And I know many of you don't like to hear that. Guess what? I want you to survive. I want you to live long lives. Obviously, I care for you all. So eat healthy. Please just change your lifestyle just a little bit, right? So properly fasting is not just about the dietary part, but at least keep that as the bare minimum where you're trying to eat healthy now. So some people, they're only fasting. Why? As a cultural reason. Just because if they don't do it, people will yell at them in their house, or their family members might be, or the community members might say, what, you're not fasting, you're eating? Now, one of the benefits, I guess, if you want to call it a benefit, with social distancing and isolation right now, is nobody really is going to get in your business, right? At work, if you're eating, or if you go outside and people see you smoke or drink, then the community is going to come down on you. But if you're just at home right now and you sneak away, technically you can do whatever you want, right? Unless you're in Magnolia, then people will see what you're doing if you go step outside. But generally speaking, you're left alone now. right? It's only between you and God. So this is a real test of what is your intention now. Do you really want to fast or not? Are you doing it because of social, communal pressures and cultural pressures? Or do you actually want to have the right reason? And what is the right reason here? Is that we want to have an intention that, look, I'm using fasting for the purpose of taqwa. I want to be more God-centric in my life. I want to spiritually cleanse myself. Now, how exactly can I do that? And this is where it seems God is giving us this formula here. God is saying, look, what is the formula for spirituality? Why am I mandating 30 days obligatory fasting? Why? It's because of this. There are things which are holding us back from getting close to God. He wants us to stay away right now. Stay away from these things because these are some of the most detrimental things to our spiritual journey. Think about when we have issues at the airport. What are like the two main issues that hold us back from getting to our flight on time? The first is when we end up at the check-in counter, we put our bag, and we know we have the 15-pound limit, the 50-pound limit. You put the bag there, and then it's 51 or 52. The person says, I have to take some stuff. So now you got to take it off. You have to unzip. You got to move some stuff around and figure out what to do, right? If you're a brown person, then you'll probably say, all right, let me just put on 15 jackets so I can get rid of these 1 or 2 pounds, right? You start wearing everything so that you can get through, make the 50-pound limit, right? So this will slow you down, right? The other thing is what? Is when you're going through security, then you go through the metal detector, right? Whatever. And if there's stuff that is still on you, right? You have a belt on, or you have some change, or your phone in your pocket, you trigger that alarm. And they say, look, take everything out of your pocket and go back through. So you try to go back through. And then it beeps again. It's like, oh, I forgot to take off my shoes. Go back again. Or you forgot to take out your laptop and put it separately. Go back again. So if you don't follow the rules properly, then you get slowed down at security. So what's happening here? In order to get to our destination, to get to the gate as fast as possible, we need to prep ahead of time and make sure we're not carrying unnecessary things. We're not overpacking. And the same thing happens when we're trying to spiritually cleanse ourselves to get closer to Allah. We need to make sure we're leaving behind our worldly baggage. And the simplest worldly baggage that you and I carry is what? Is love of these material things, meaning food and drink and physical pleasures. And that's what God is saying. At the bare minimum, at the least, make sure for these hours in the day, you stay away from this stuff. And you'll see that this is the best way that you and I can connect to Allah. Now, if you want to take it up a notch, then fine, read some more Quran, read these du'as, recite this ziyarah, XYZ. You can perform these mustahabat and that'll get you even closer, right? So if we're trying to get to Allah faster, then the answer is simple. Don't overpack. Don't bring the dunya with you. As we have in the famous narration of the sixth Imam narrating on behalf of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Where he says, رأس كل خطية حب الدنيا. The inception, the start, the source of every sin and mistake is what? حب الدنيا, love of this world. And look, we love our food, we love our drinks, we love our snacks. Those of you who smoke love your cigarette breaks, etc. We are animalistic creatures who go after our carnal-based desires. God is trying to perhaps tell us for some part of the day, for 30 days or 29 days, get rid of this. Remove this idea, break away from this, and then you'll start to see your spirit becomes lighter. You'll be able to more easily get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So hopefully, inshallah, this is a good introduction for us before we get into our main topic tomorrow night. What we'll do tomorrow is we'll quickly try to summarize the points from last night by retranslating this verse. Although for those of you who are with your families, see now if you can on your own go back through those discussion questions, discuss it with your family and whoever you're watching with. See if you can come up with your own translation for this verse now. And then we'll offer our own tomorrow night. And then as we said, that this is God's infomercial. So if we were making an infomercial pitch on God's behalf, what would it look like? So we'll offer that tomorrow before we begin our main discussion. If there's any questions from Slido, we can take that now. If not, then we'll end. Okay, so there's no questions on Slido. So inshallah, we'll begin and commence the programs from tomorrow night. Again, we'll try the same format of offering discussion questions in the beginning for you to think about, to ponder, to reflect, to discuss with your family. We'll try our best to give some summary points and live notes during the lecture as well. And hopefully this will lead to a more interactive session. And then of course, we'll try to leave some time for Q&A at the end. والحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعلى
السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا وارث آدم صفوة الله. السلام عليك يا وارث نوح نبي الله. السلام عليك يا وارث إبراهيم خليل الله. السلام عليك يا وارث موسى كليم الله. السلام عليك يا وارث عيسى روح الله. السلام عليك يا وارث محمد حبيب الله. السلام عليك يا وارث أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام. السلام عليك يا ابن محمد المصطفى. السلام عليك يا ابن علي المرتضى. السلام عليك يا ابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك يا ابن خديجة الكبرى. السلام عليك يا ثار الله وابن ثاره والوتر الموتور. أشهد أنك قد أقمت الصلاة وآتيت الزكاة وأمرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنكر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين. فلعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأسلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها. وأشهد أنك من دائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين. وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرضي الزكي الهادي المهدي. وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والأروة الوثقى والحجة على أهل الدنيا. وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن وبيا بكم موقن بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. بأبي أنت وأمي يا ابن رسول الله. بأبي أنت وأمي يا أبا عبد الله. السلام عليك يا ابن رسول الله. السلام عليك يا ابن نبي الله. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن الحسين الشهيد. السلام عليكم أيها الشهيد. السلام عليك أيها المظلوم وابن المظلوم. لعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه. السلام عليكم يا أصفياء الله وأبداه. السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي الولي الزكي الناصح. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله. بأبي أنتم وأمي طبتم، وتابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم، وفزتم فوزا عظيما، فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. السلام عليك يا أبا الفضل العباس بن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا ابن سيد الوصيين. السلام عليك ابن أول القوم إسلاما وأقدمهم إيمانا وأقومهم بدين الله وأهوتهم على الإسلام. أشهد لقد نصحت لله ولرسوله ولأخيك فنعم الأخ المواسي. فلعن الله أمة قتلتك، ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك، ولعن الله أمة استهلت منك المهارم وانتهكت حرمة الإسلام. فنعم الصابر المجاهد المهام الناصر الأخ الدافئ عن أخيهم مجيب إلى طاعة ربه الراغب فيما زهد فيه غيره من الثواب الجزيل والثناء الجميل. وألحقك الله بدرجة آبائك في جنات النعيم. اللهم إني تعرضت لزيارة أوليائك رغبة في ثوابك ورجاء لمغفرتك وجزيل إحسانك، فأسألك أن تصلي على محمد وآله الطاهرين، وأن تجعل رزق بهم ضارا وعيشه بهم قارا وزيارتي بهم مقبولة وحياتي بهم طيبة، وأدرجني إدراج المكرمين، واجعلني ممن ينقلب من زيارة مشاهد أحبائك مفلحا منجحا قد استوجب غفران الذنوب وستر العيوب وكشف الكروب، إنك أهل التقوى وأهل المغفرة. السلام عليكم يا أهل بيت النبوة جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولاي يا غريب الغربة السلطان أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى الرضا، كن شفيعنا وشفيع والدينا في يوم الجزاء ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. أجر الله تعالى فرجك وسهر الله مخرجك وظهورك ورحمة الله وبركاته.
بسم الله الرحمن اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا